Welcome back to the Davy Brown 990 Restoration channel. For those of you new, my name's Barry. Today, little quick one. We're going to whip the thermostat out of the tractor and we're going to test it in a pan of boiling water, because I'm not convinced that that thermostat's opening at 82, 84 degrees. Last time I was running the engine, the cylinder head seemed to get to a good working temperature, but the thermostat didn't open because it didn't allow any of that hot water through into the radiator. So we're going to whip it back out today and have a quick test. I've got amongst my collection here of spare gaskets and bits and pieces. We've got a spare gasket for the thermostat. I've got a couple of thermometers. One's a probe thermometer, and the other one is Deb's jam thermometer. Get round, she sees all that. Right, I've got the water draining. Let's nip next door, get some gear. Let's get that thermostat whipped out of there. Back in a minute. Anyway. I've got the sprinkler for this. Get off there. 1 second. Bang. It's all wrong there. Nice, yeah, the mess. Now, inside here is a boring gasket. And maybe water stuck in that pipe. We'll crack this open, there we go. Now, that rust there tells me that hasn't been opening. Otherwise there would have been a flush of liquid through it. Okay, so, right, thermostat's out. As I say, I'm not convinced this was opening because of the rust, the rusty water around here, which tells me there's been no coolant circulating there in order to stop the rust. And you can see on top of there, there's some little bits of rust forming on the top of there. Right, so right, I can hold that there, can't I? Or thermostat, no, well, let's pop in my thermometer even. Anyway, let's put that one in as well. That's at 94 degrees, and that has just opened at 94 degrees. I think we can safely say that thermostat is not 100%. It's written, I don't know if you are going to be able to see it, it's written on the bottom of that copper plug, bottom of the wax chamber, and it says 82 degrees C, 180 degrees Fahrenheit. Let's have a little talk about thermostats. On the bottom of this one, as I said previously, it's got 82 degrees C. I've got my glasses on now, I can see it. It's got 180 Fahrenheit and the letter M. Now, thermostats have a start to open temperature and a fully open temperature. The 82 degrees is the start to open temperature, and the tolerance on that temperature is plus or minus 5%. So 82 degrees, about 4 degrees either way, isn't it? So that should be 86 degrees or 78 degrees. However, this is still out of tolerance. This is not beginning to open till about 94 degrees. And there also is that saturation time, isn't there, from when the water reaches temperature to when the temperature gets into the wax to melt the wax, because inside the little plug here is what special wax that has a specific melting point, and it is connected. See if we can get a pointy stick, and that wax is connected to this arch via a pin in the middle. And when the wax melts, wax obviously expands and it pushes, see if we can get this turned around, and it pushes the copper cylinder down because it can't eject the rod. It's attempting to eject the rod out, but it can't go anywhere because of the bridge. So the only thing that can happen is that the wax plug goes that way and it takes that disc in there with it, which is the thermostat opening. Now, the difference between starting to open and fully open can be anywhere between 15 and 20 degrees above the start to open time, temperature rather, sorry. So, start to open temperature 82, that could be 102 to be fully opened, because bear in mind, thermostats are not open and shut. They're regulatory valves, they are not on-off valves. The idea is that this regulates how much it's open depending upon the temperature in order to attempt to keep a stable temperature in the engine block. And it does that by, if the engine block is hotter, this opens further, lets more water in the radiator, cooler water comes back through in the bottom, reduces the temperature of the block, then this will close slightly to allow the temperature of the block to come back up. So, as I say, that is still outside of tolerance as far as I'm concerned. It's opening at 94, so it's opening before the water boils, and I think I'm right in saying so long as your water has rust preventative in it, which is the antifreeze, your boiling temperature rises, so it's not going to boil at 100, it's going to boil at higher temperature than that. But when it says 82, I would like to see it start and open at 82. Because if it was starting to open then, at least you know you're going to get flow of water. And as I say, when we took it off, that ring of rust round there told me this hadn't opened. Did I just tell you that we haven't had the engine hot enough? Or is this not working properly? Anyway, we've ordered a new one. New thermostats coming, Mayhill tractors. I have also ordered at the same time a new fuel lift pump, because I am sick to death of that one leaking, and it doesn't matter what we've done, we cannot get it to seal. And it seems to be the GIC fitting that's going into the body that's leaking past the copper washer. So, they're on order. We'll see us when they arrive. Couple of days later, good couple of days later, and my parcel's arrived. get a knife and we'll open it up there. And here should be the new thermostat and replacement pump, shouldn't it? Because as I say, I was sick to death of that leak. I just cannot do anything to solve that leak. Well, there's a thermostat. There's my fuel pump. Packing peanuts or something to call them in it. There we are. Put them in there for the moment. So we've got a gasket, nice new shiny fuel pump. We're going to have to reposition that lid on because that goes on the block like that. And I think the pipes need to be that way, so we need to turn it one screw. But right, okay, let's now grab a pan. So Mayhill tractors. Let's get this open. Yep, 82 degrees centigrade, 180 degrees Fahrenheit M. However, we're going to get my cooker down, we're going to get a pan, and we're going to do a bit of testing. See what this one opens at before we waste our time putting it in the tractor. You can see it there, you can see quite clearly there it's opened. Yeah, well, it's doing well. Okay, so that's at 90 and it's open. Right, happy with that. It's opening 80, 86, 88, it's cracking, but the water's getting away to 90 before it starts to make much of a move on it. Happy with that. Tell you what we'll do, let's just hide this one back in. We'll give this a few minutes to soak up a touch. Water temperature's 88. That one's opening at 90. Up there, it's starting to open there. So it starts to open at about 88. Right, so that thermostat's good. Starts to open between 86 and 88. Happy with that. It's better than the other one because that one is between 90 and 94. It's just cracking, the old one, just cracking, smidgen before 90. So we're going to put that new one in. We're going to go fit my new fuel pump. Right, let's get away next door, get our bits put on, get it sorted out there. Back in a minute. Look, crap in there. So I'm going to give it a start, make sure there's no air in it. There shouldn't be, because by priming the pump by hand like that and not turning the engine over, what we've done is we've pushed the air from the pipes and the filter into the double filter at the front. That should have returned via the return line into the tank, and we did pump it till we heard diesel coming back into the tank. So fingers crossed we shouldn't have any issues with it. And then it's a case of putting paper in and waiting for a couple of days to see if there's any leaks. Right, let's wind it over and see what's happening now. spray properly this time over. We'll make sure our pump is set to run. Got a little bit of throttle to start with. We'll give it 20 seconds worth of heat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, happy with that. Everything went as expected, apart from the fact it took quite a bit of effort to get the old fuel pump back off there, because it was well adhered. And it wasn't that was leaking, was it? It was the joints, the GIC fitting. Okay, right guys, that's it for this video. Thanks very much for visiting. As always, your time is greatly appreciated when you come see we're messing on, putting little jobs right, especially on a beautiful day like this and we're outside in the sunshine. Just makes it all the better, doesn't it? Better than being stuck in the garage. But remember, don't overthink it. It's only nuts and bolts. And we'll catch you in the next one, eh? Ta-ra now.